beautiful people. Welcome to Conversations with Teresa. I'm your host, Teresa Aline. It is Monday. It is 8:30, so it is time for us to talk about, you know what, perimenopause and our journey. So if you're new here, again, I'm Teresa Aline, your midlife mentor, your guide, your sister in this wild and transformative journey called perimenopause. And if you've been rolling with me for a while, then I want to welcome you back. Tonight, we're talking about a question that comes up all the time. How do I feel better during perimenopause? Because that's important. We want to feel better, right? So, to be honest, this season can hit hard. You're showing up for your family, your job, all the different responsibilities that you have, but your body is shifting, your mood can be shifting, your energy, unpredictable. And sometimes you catch yourself thinking, what is happening to me? Probably more often than not, right? But let me say this with love. You are not breaking down, you are transitioning. And with the right support, you can actually feel better. So tonight we're walking through 7 simple doable changes, because you got enough going on. So we're going to do 7 simple doable changes that can bring relief to your week starting right now. And no, you don't have to do all 7 things and not all at once. But if you want to, knock yourself out. But I do want to give you options because I really love options. All right. So let's get into it. So, tip number 1, starting your day with protein. I never even thought about, considered it before this time. But again, during this perimenopause, you start learning a whole bunch of different things about yourself. And so I didn't realize how important protein was. So, one thing I hear from people all the time is that I'm exhausted or I'm hungry a lot more times than usual. My mood is everywhere. There's a few different things that I hear. And a lot of that is our blood sugar imbalance. And during perimenopause, your body doesn't bounce back from skipped meals the way we used to. So here is a morning strategy that you can put into play. 20 to 30 grams of protein within an hour of waking up. And I spoke about this before. What that does, it kind of helps stabilize your energy, your mood, your cravings, and even your hot flashes. So some examples of 20 to 30 grams, a Greek yogurt bowl, a veggie omelet, or maybe even a protein smoothie. This one shift alone, it can change your whole morning and the outcome of the rest of the day. So again, remember, I said doable things, right? And so again, within that hour, maybe you don't do that whole breakfast thing, but you could also get like a handful of nuts. That is another way. A lot of times we can find those little bowls, even in the supermarket, of yogurt. And a lot of the yogurts will offer a good amount of protein. So just some things to be able to think about. Easy, doable. All right. Number 2, how do we reduce inflammation gently? All right. So inflammation is one of those sneaky things. It shows up as like joint pain or stiffness, swelling, irritability, because we're all feeling all weird and everything. It could also show up as headaches. And it makes every perimenopause, it makes it louder. It makes the symptoms louder. And feel worse. So here are some small habits that soften inflammation. All right. Turmeric or ginger tea. Pick or choose, or both. I'm not sure. I'm not a big turmeric fan of the taste, but the results is amazing. All right. I do like me some ginger tea. So that's an easy one. 10 to 15 minute walk after meals. That may or may not be feasible, but when you think about it, maybe you are heading into work and you're walking to the train station, or take the next bus stop or something like that. But try to incorporate that into your meals. After lunch is helpful if you have enough lunch break. And then dinner, I know it's a little colder outside, but walking doesn't necessarily have to mean walking outside. You can do a walk routine right in your living room. All right. Maybe you're walking up and down the stairs, but doing something to move that's going to help. And then some anti inflammatory meals that are not like these boring meals, but something that feels good, it tastes good, something omega 3s, it reduces inflammation. Some green beans, it adds fiber and it has antioxidants. Asian seasoning with your salmon. So that could be, something you're not going to have that every day, but just some thoughts as to what you can add. One of the things that I love about something like that, it's not like out of the box, right? It's something can be totally simple, add it in, and you can mix that up. So that is a beautiful thing. All right. Tip number 3, prioritize magnesium. So magnesium is like a quiet hero for so many women in this season. So if you're dealing with trouble sleeping and mood swings, anxiety, muscle tension, and headaches, magnesium might be part of your answer. All right. What I will say, again, not a doctor, but magnesium, it's like, think of it as like your calm and balanced mineral. All right. So food like nuts, seeds, dark chocolate, those things can help. But a lot of women, we benefit from magnesium glycinate. And obviously, again, approved by your clinician, not a doctor. All right. There are a lot of different magnesium types out there that help with different conditions. So please, please, please talk to your doctor, your PCP, and ask the one that is best for you. All right. And then make sure that you're clear and letting them know what it is that you're experiencing so that they can recommend the best one for you. All right. Tip number 4, move your body and move it with kindness. That whole thing of no pain, no gain, we're not doing that, right? We are beyond that. We are wiser and better now, right? So during perimenopause, your body responds beautifully to gentle partnership, not punishment. All right. So here are some things we already talked about: walking, light strength training, resistance bands, dancing. You already know I will be there for the dancing part. The stretching. My chiropractor was showing me a something super simple, but it's made a big difference. I used to have like this neck pain all the time, but I wake up every morning and one of the things that I do is just simple roll, just like this. And then frontwards. And I do that until it just feels right. There's not like, do 17 of these or anything like that, but just till it feels right. All right. So movement, it settles your nervous system, it supports your hormones, and it lifts your mood sometime in minutes. Right. So I remember seeing something on TikTok, and I won't show you, but it was just saying, you could use these type of movements to replace coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm not really sure, but I tried it and it felt really, really good. So if you want that video, DM me and I'll share that video with you. All right, tip number 5, hydrate, and then hydrate with electrolytes. All right. So dehydration during the season, it hits different. You may think that you're tired, but you may actually be dehydrated. You may think that you're feeling dizzy. That's kind of weird to say, think that you're feeling dizzy. You might be feeling a little dizzy, but your electrolytes could be low. So adding electrolytes to your water, like lemon or cucumber, it's not a lot of electrolytes, but it is more than just plain water. So again, not a doctor, not a dietitian, but I also read that adding like a pinch of sea salt, it adds magnesium levels to your magnesium levels as well, but just a pinch. Don't go overboard. All right. So what electrolytes do? It supports steadier energy. You should experience fewer headaches and just a clearer thinking. And Lord knows I could use some clearer thinking, right? And unfortunately, the ones you buy at the store can also have a lot of added sugar. So you got to watch out for that. All right. Again, talking to your PCP could be a game changer. All right. Tip number 6, learn your symptom triggers. All right. This was and is so significant to me. I have said it before, but if I'm going to have sugar, it has to be early in the day. Otherwise, my sleep, my night sweats, my flashes, it's like they're laughing at me like, oh yeah, you thought you could get away with that. It's not going to happen. All right. My body is always talking to me. And sometimes we might be too busy to listen. But start noticing when symptoms spike, when they soften, what foods or stressors set you off. You can keep a digital journal or a paper journal, whatever works for you. And you don't have to keep dealing with this as if you don't have the power to change how you are feeling. So let's bring some peace to our lives and just notice what's happening when we eat or drink certain things. All right. We are at tip number 7. Ask for help, not permission. And let me say this with a whole lot of love. Advocating for your health is strength. So women, especially women of color, we are often dismissed, overlooked, and underdiagnosed during midlife. And you deserve care that honors your lived experience. And again, I keep having different conversations where, I was on my way to the doctor and the doctor, said I'm too young for perimenopause, or that's probably not perimenopause, or, things of that nature, and absolutely just dismiss them right away. And I will say that I'm encouraged because of these conversations that I'm having with people. A lot more women are saying, but what I said to my doctor was this, and this, and then they're getting the help that they actually need. So bring your notes. Bring your notes to your appointment. Ask questions, and you can seek the community as well. You are not a burden. You are worth the support you're asking for. So don't diminish your symptoms. Don't just, charge it out. Like, no, you came there because you were feeling a certain way. So by all means, go leaving with the solution. All right. So those are my 7 tips. And like I said, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You are not broken. You are becoming. And perimenopause is not the end of your story. It's like the beginning of a new chapter. You're not losing yourself. You are meeting, you're meeting like a new version of yourself. Right. And it can be very, very exciting. It can be a little challenging, especially when we don't have the language, but it is an incredible time and season in our lives. So what I would love for you to do is to try 1 or 2 of these tips this week and pay attention to how your body responds. And I would love some feedback as to how any of these work for you. All right. And if tonight's message encouraged you, please share it with another woman who needs some truth, some hope, a little sisterhood, and some relief. All right. And then share with me, because I really do love to hear that I'm making a difference. All right. So I hope to see you guys next Monday night at 8:30 with Conversations with Teresa. And remember, you made it this far. You deserve to thrive in this stage of life. Have an incredible week, and I will see you next Monday. Peace out.